End of an era in law and order.
John McKechnie is retiring as head of the West Australian Corruption and Crime Commission. He's been there 9 years. Before that, he was a Supreme Court judge. And before that, he was Director of Public Prosecutions. This guy doesn't just know where the bodies are buried, he knows who was holding the shovel.
Dale dug a hole.
He put a lot of people behind bars.
I don't know if there would be anyone in Australia responsible for more incarceration hours than this guy.
How are you sleeping, sir?
He's lived a real-life game of cops and robbers for 50 years, so lots of bizarre stories, but one stands out. You know how kids have show and tell at school, I've got a new puppy, I've been to the beach kind of thing? In 1998, in a Perth primary school, a little boy stood up and told the class, "There's a dead baby in my fridge."
And he was
telling the truth. If you're squeamish, best to go to Pornhub or something else, because there genuinely was a dead baby in this kid's fridge. His mother had an abortion. She was from New Zealand and had asked the doctors whether she could keep the fetus for a proper burial in her homelands. I don't know how she was going to get it home, but that's not the point. The point is, in 1998 in Western Australia, having an abortion was often a crime. The only way you could have a legal termination was if your life was in danger. If a healthy woman tried to get an abortion, she could be jailed for 7 years. And if a doctor performed an abortion on a healthy woman, they could go inside for 14.
I bet a lot of terminations didn't meet the legal
Hell no.
requirements.
9,000 abortions each year in WA back then, and the vast majority were done by choice, not medical necessity. It was WA's dirty little secret, and McKechnie was pissed off because he knew it allowed a backyard abortion trade to flourish.
But please tell me he didn't charge this poor woman.
No, he's not an idiot. He charged the doctors. McKechnie took a huge gamble. He was hoping that by taking the pin out of the grenade, he would force a public debate about the issue, which it did.
Demonstration sparked by 2 doctors charged over an abortion.
And he was banking on that public debate forcing politicians to do their job and create laws that balance protection for women and medical staff with respect for the Catholic Church and a parent's right to know. And just saying that makes me appreciate why MPs have avoided this issue for so long. Long story short, the politicians blinked. New laws were passed that removed abortion from the criminal code and put it under the Health Act, which is where most people thought it belonged all along.
Good for the women, but not so good for the doctors who went to jail.
Here's the genius of this play. Nobody went to prison. The new laws took effect on May 27, 1998, and McKechnie dropped the charges against the doctors on July 30. I'm Ben Harvey.